What is Guaning people? It's the one and only Natster here, live and directed in full effect. Yes, finally. Took a bit of time, but we're here. I'm here, and my very special guest, my man, Aaron Talks Arsenal. Like and subscribe to him. Best believe that. How you doing, brother?
Oh, listen, man, I'm obviously elated. One, that you finally decided to go live, for crying out loud. It's been overdue, man. And look, of course, I hope this is the first of many street live streams for you. I also hope it's the first of many times I appear on your channel. And to be on your first one, to be invited on and be the first guest rather, is buzzing, man. I'm very happy for that. You know what I mean? You never know. In a few years' time, do you know what I mean? That might be my little stake to fame. You know, I was the first one on That's the Show, but I'm buzzing that you've invited me on, my man, and looking forward to talking about what you've got conjured up, my friend.
Yeah, no problem. Like, I ain't got no notes with me and all of that. It's just straight off the top of the dome like a metronome. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I'm rolling. Like, and do you know what? Yeah, like, I'm glad you mentioned that because, yeah, it has been a minute, you know, and obviously I've been doing like my pre-records and all that. But yeah, it's been long overdue. It's been long overdue. The fact that you're my first guest after doing a previous stream as well with, was it with Views? Or was it with Luca, my bad. Yeah, Luca, yeah. So go check that out as well. Yeah, no, like, because Aaron's putting in mad work. You know, like I just mentioned earlier, go check out his channel, like, subscribe, share if you want, all of that, you know, and obviously to mine as well. But yeah, you know, road to 50 subs in it, you know, you got to start somewhere in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So we will start with big game, as TT would say, tomorrow night. Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. I'll start this off by asking you just a simple question. What are your thoughts on obviously what transpired with the Brentford game? You know, like the players that we've got available, and how do you see the game going tomorrow night against Real Madrid?
Yeah. Well, I'll start off with the Brentford game, and I think I'll probably be in a total agreement with you where I was saying it's a little bit disappointed, but not at all surprising. Natster, how many times have we been on stream now and sort of been saying the copy and paste version in it of the games because they've just been unimaginative. The lacking creation really has not been that good. The football hasn't been that good. Yeah, it was basically everything what I expected. Sadly on Saturday. It's so disappointing to say, you know, the league's been well and truly done for a long time now. Leaving the Emirates doesn't get any better unless it's against home against Real Madrid, of course. You know, that wasn't too bad. I will say that wasn't too bad. The week started excellent at the Emirates, and then it just kind of went meow. But yeah, listen, mate, it was a as expected sort of game, you know. Not really that important. The only thing that game was important about was not getting any booming injuries, and I don't know whether it was a talking point of yours or not. So I'll only just very briefly mention.
No. This is an off the cuff thing, you know, far away. This is a free for all on Modern Warfare, Black Ops, whatever you want to call it. Do your thing, brother. Do your thing.
Yeah. I shall go. What on earth was that geezer thinking about? One, not only including Thomas Partey even in the squad. Two, playing him. Three, playing him at right back again. What are we bloody doing here? How mad is this that we're doing this? Like, you put it into perspective, right? He's played there 7 times, I think I see, in the league this season, and we've won 1 against Southampton, only managing 8 points of a possible 21 and conceding in all of them. And they haven't been against world-class teams, you know. They've been against, well, the Brentfords and you know, the Southampton-esque sort of teams. I know that we have got some injuries, but for crying out loud, I mean, come on. There are other positions and other things that we could have done there. You know, I appreciate as well Jorginho's injured, but what about dropping Marino back? What about putting Zinchenko in midfield? What about playing Tierney at left back and Ainsley Maitland-Niles Miles. I always do that. Yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is, brother.
Yeah.
I won't take that personally. You know, it is what. I mean, if the referee can get it wrong, do you remember that? I'll just say this very quickly. Was it Chelsea? Yeah, Kieran Gibbs, in it.
Yeah.
I know someone that knows Kieran Gibbs as well. Funny enough, it's a small world. It's like Wrighty.
Yeah.
Like Wrighty's basically birthed the whole of London, mate. Not just South London, but look, that's another discussion, another topic for another day. But
it's the double barrel name. That's what it is. It's the double name. That's what gets me all the bloody time. But
Oxlade-Chamberlain, Lewis Skelly, you know, Maitland-Niles. Like we keep bringing them in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, I know. We love it, don't we? Jerome Thomas and all of that. Like that's going
back. Was it Emmanuel? Was it J. Emmanuel Thomas? Yeah. Quincy Owusu-Obey. Do you know what I'm saying? I remember that. Yeah, see, we're bringing it back like Maloko, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? The time is now. Another one. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mate. The time is now. Yeah. I mean, your impression was a little bit better than mine, but you know, I went for the squeaky, high pitched.
We're riff-raffing.
Sort of.
It is what it is, mate.
But yeah, you know, there was options there. I mean, like, I would have even. I mean, I know it ain't his position, so people don't slate me for it. But I'd have even rather Zinchenko or something play right back. I'd have rather anyone else play right back. I'm not going to lie, bar Thomas Partey. That's what sort of annoys me about this manager. There are options. Granted, not a lot of options. Granted, totally get it. But there are some options that he could have done in there. You know, bring Marino back. And then all of a sudden you've got Nwaneri you should play. Sterling, just flog it. Who cares in that position? Then put Trossard up top or put Martinelli up top or put that or your Deji up top. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't have complained. If we'd have played a heavy rotational side and played a couple of the youngsters, people in their right position and lost 2-1, I wouldn't have cared because I'd have thought, do you know what? There's a bigger picture at hand here. And there's no surprise what the bloody bigger picture is, ladies and gentlemen. It's a massive game tomorrow. I just sort of think the squad rotation and squad management, everything about it just hasn't been good enough. And I go back to this point. I had a disagreement with a couple of the lads on stream, and it was when Magalhaes got injured. And I sort of said, you know, why not rotate him? And there's like, oh, you know, you don't usually rotate centre backs. Granted, I can actually totally appreciate that. I also would totally appreciate it, you know, if we was 5 points behind Liverpool and still going for a league. I'm sitting there and thinking we had the Fulham game to play and then the Everton game to play before the first leg of Madrid. Why don't you just game manage it? You know what I mean? Why couldn't you just go, well, yeah, you know, in 8 days' time, we could maybe just rotate one centre-back and Rice or Partey, you know, even just the two. Why can't you do that? Why do you have to play your full team in a league that, let's get it right, it's totally done and dusted at that point. It has been for weeks, dare I say months. It's just all about the squad management. And yes, he tried to do some bits on the Brentford game, but for me, not enough. You know, we've seen Thomas Partey possibly pick up a knock, but as far as I've seen in training today, he was there. I don't know how heavily he participated in it. I don't know what that means for tomorrow. We don't know. We know Mikel Arteta likes to play a bit of mind games, don't we? But what I do know is it was an unnecessary risk. That's the whole point of it. Why? Why have you got all the big hitters playing? I get, a bit of momentum here. Do you know what I mean? You want to win, whatever. Totally different competition. Why do we need momentum from the Premier League? Because you know what? We've been terrible all season in the Premier League, and we've actually not been too bad in the Champions League. What does that tell you? That our Premier League form doesn't hit into our Champions League form. So what difference does it really make? Do you know what I mean? It was just a little bit of a frustration for me. And, you know, I won't come on to the Madrid thing yet because I've been waffling on for a little bit now. I'll let you jump back in, my friend.
No worries. No, I'm like, it's different, like being in this like unique situation. Like, you know, really and truly at this moment in time, you're the superstar. You're the one that's just a little bit further ahead in the pack. And you know what I'm saying? Never mind what you were saying about like, you know, oh, remember me in 3 years. No, I'll be like, do you know what? Aaron was the one that put me onto his channel, you know, with all the other Mandem and all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though Guns, I've said this, gave me my debut on debut, you know, all of them ones in it. But it's just like, but you're absolutely spot on, mate. You're absolutely fucking spot on. Like, apparently, Top Gooners are saying that that Eddie Howe is nowhere near the level of Mikel Arteta and all these other managers. Do you know what I'm saying? Never mind the Peps and Klopp when he was at, and then obviously Arne Slot. Like Arne Slot has come in one season that's not even finished yet, and he's about to win the league. And they've been far from flawless. Far from flawless. They could lose 2-3 games and they'll still win the league. That's how comfortable It's been. And again, the point I'm making is it's the mismanagement. The reason why I will never trust this guy, and the reason why for me, like I've said before, I think I said it either on your stream and or Carl's stream, big up Carl as well, like and sub to his channel, is that basically it's Champions League or bust this season. Whereas with these toxic, positive, tippity top gooners, you know, super duper Mick knows best, and all this crap, yeah? Like, it's basically Arteta or bust. Well, really and truly, they're busting their nuts for fucking Arteta. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a madness, bruv. Like, Eddie Howe has done something that no other Newcastle manager has done for years. And Newcastle have had some quality managers. Sir Bobby Robson, bruv. Keegs. Kevin Keegan, bruv. A Ballon d'Or winner, by the way. Champions League winner with Hamburg and all of that shit, yeah? Proper baller. You know, he even got the England gig. Do you know what I'm saying? And then Eddie Howe goes through the leagues, something that Lego Head should have done, by the way, and earned his stripes. Could have easily gone to Elche, could have gone to Las Palmas or whatever. Ibiza, that's probably where he fucking belongs. I definitely know we've been saying that on your channel prior, innit? Like, I definitely know that for sure. But work your way up the league. Even, what's his face? Xavi Alonso, innit? Real Sociedad B, because obviously they both used to play for Real Sociedad. That's where they started. Then he got the Bayer Leverkusen job. Okay, it's a big job, but it's not the biggest job. But here's an opportunity to prove yourself. Some would argue it was too big for him at the time, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But he delivered. Almost got, I don't know if you call it a mini treble, but an alternate treble. That's what I would call it.
Like a baby treble, I think a lot of people.
Yeah, baby treble. Yeah, that's what.
I think that's the usual sort of.
Yeah. The baby treble
terminology.
Then Adamella Lookman, you know, pulling a generational worldie that night. And look, sometimes it happens. Declan Rice had his night in the first leg, innit? And look, fair play to him. But at the same time, this manager has shown time and time again that he does not believe in red zones. He'll believe in the stats. He'll believe in the data. Like all his minions, like all his idol worshippers, you know, all these people that look up to him, as his Lord and Savior will go through the stats, go through this, you know, the Egals, etc. Like, but they fail to realise that even Arsene Wenger and a depleted Arsene Wenger, an Arsene Wenger that was washed, always believed in the red zone. And that was backed by science, probably more than just data itself. And I know data comes into, I get it, I know. I went to school, believe it or not, I went to school. We all went to school. So, but Wenger would not play players, no matter how great they were. And we know Wenger's talent ID is 10 times what Arteta's will ever be. We all know this. Like, he wouldn't play TT. He wouldn't play Dennis Bergkamp if they were in the red zone. He wouldn't even play Patrick Vieira, club captain. Yet, this manager is pinning his hopes. We can't do it on the donkey, innit? You know, I don't have the little clips and all that. I'll sort that out later at some point. That is coming. Best believe that is coming. And I've got some wicked ones as well. But yeah, anyway, like it's so you got the donkey there you can't rely on. And again, that was the straw that's going to break the camel's back. But I also said, and I believe it was, I think it was on Carl's stream again, or either on your stream, or definitely I was on a stream with you and the boys, is that making Ødegaard captain, playing him, but yet when he drops a stinker, you sub him off to protect him. You know what I'm saying? To manage his minutes. Bullshit. It's not to manage its minutes. It's because the PR's gone south, mate. And when the PR goes south, you have to rein it in. You have to rein it in. Did the same thing with fucking Zinchenko while he was playing at left back. But when he plays in midfield, his proper position, all of a sudden they have to take him off for 60 minutes. Kieran Tierney, you're not going to start him against Real Madrid, are you? At left back. But because he was playing in his right position, Brentford didn't do jack shit. And you know what this manager does? This fucking genius decides to take him off. I mean, Aaron, what are we doing here? Help me out, brother. Help me out. This guy never learns. Along with these tippity top gooners and that, bro. Like,
I wish I could. Like, yeah, I wish I had all the answers. The only thing I keep coming back to is the geezer's out of his depth. He don't know what he's doing. He's piss poor at man managing. He can't squad assemble. He can't squad manage. He can't do any of the stuff that not only do you need to be an elite coach, that you need to be a good one. Now, some people might say that even saying good's a little bit harsh because there'll be the people that go, yes, but he got us second. He took us from 8th. He got us to second. You know, a Champions League nearly semi-final, they'll sort of say. You know, he's the fact of the matter is all the rest of the teams, really, when we finished second, haven't really been that good. And now look what happens. When everyone falls off, he falls off. It's ridiculous. You can't even write it. You know, all these top gooners have been waiting for Manchester City to fall off. They fell off they fell off Dover. They're still swimming in the sea somewhere. That's how bad they've fallen off. And what do? We fall off almost just as hard. And, you know, it's probably even harder when you actually think about it. They're in a semi-final of an FA Cup. You know what I mean? Like, they're still going to probably get Champions League football. What difference does second make if they finish at least 5th? What a difference does it make? Especially if they're doing that at the end of the season at Wembley. Mate, like, I always say as well, and I always show, I have got like a scarf that was laid out at Wembley in 2017. That was what it's all about when I went there to see that FA Cup final win. That's what it's all about. Trust me, that winning. Yep. And this geezer, I'm sorry, you don't know how to do it. It's,
no,
you know,
he doesn't.
Everyone always go, yeah, we don't. Oh, let's go. You know, we did win the FA Cup. Yeah, that was 5.5 years ago, bro. 5 years ago. That's a long time
with
ago.
Unai Emery and Arsene Wenger's team, basically.
Exactly.
Basically.
What's he done? What's he done? Look what he's done. One of the only members of that squad. I think I don't know whether Saka was just about part of the squad. Maybe he was, and Kieran Tierney.
Kieran Tierney's the only one. He's the only one because he started that game. Like, Saka didn't even come off the bench. I don't think Martinelli did either. Yeah, and the fact that there were no crowds there as well. So literally, Arteta is no pressure FC. But Eddie Howe, a full Wembley what was it? It was a month or so ago, innit? In March when they faced Liverpool. And don't talk about, Liverpool didn't want to win the League Cup. Oh, they wanted to win. Yeah. Oh, they best believe they wanted to win. It just wasn't their day, innit? Newcastle were on it. Because obviously the Man United game, like they played well against Man United, but they just couldn't finish their chances and didn't quite defend well enough. The occasion got to them. It was clear. The occasion got to them. They hadn't been to a cup final probably since 99. I think it was 99.
Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle. Wasn't that the last final that they got, or did they get to another one in the League Cup?
Didn't they? Yeah, they did with Manchester United either last season or was it last season they got to an FA Cup?
Yeah, but before that. No, before that. So what was it? 2023 or 2022?
Yeah, they got
when United won the League Cup. Yeah, it was 22, and then Man United won the FA Cup a season later against Man. Yeah, but then before that, I think it was 99. Yeah. Correct me.
We had them in 98,
if I'm wrong, but yeah. Yeah,
98. Yeah.
Nicholas and
we had them, Nelka and Overmars. Yeah. Come on, man. They're proper players.
Dennis Bergkamp had his pomp, bruv. It's mad. I never really got to saw him in his prime until later. That's the mad thing about it. I saw him late. Same with Anelka, and Anelka wasn't even at Arsenal at that point. But even then, I know ballers. You know ballers. The chat know ballers for the most part anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know if there's going to be a top gunner into my chat someday, but I'm here for it. There will be.
There will be.
But
they'll be back and in greater numbers. Sorry,
yes, but we will be there. We will be there more than you believe. More than you believe. Yeah, best believe that. So what I'm going to do right now, just before we get on to the Real Madrid game, I'm going to go through the comments, of course. There's a few comments here. Obviously, Shane, big up. Whenever you're ready, mate, I'll bring you on stream, no problem, mate. And Shane, again, also like and subscribe to his channel as well. Before I forget, like and subscribe. Best believe that. To move Partey out of the 6, only to put him at right back is criminal. Yes, absolutely spot on, brother. Criminal behaviour. Absolutely criminal behaviour. Big up, AFC always is everywhere. Damn right you're everywhere. You're even on my stream, and I did not expect it, brother. I did not expect it. Much love as always. Yeah, much love as always. Big up, bro. Big up. And just subscribed as well. I think I might be on 36. I haven't checked. I'll check in a bit later. But yeah, road to 50, innit? Road to 50 subs. You know, step by step, we will get there. We will all be there. I've been saying it. I said it to Rashid. Arsenal Revolution TV, another one, subscribe. Normski, another one, subscribe. Of course, Aaron, subscribe. Shane, Carl, Line Text. There's so many, bro. There's so many. But this is the community. Obviously, you got Matty, Southern Gooner, subscribe, Jez, subscribe. I'm on a roll here, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I have to mention them, but because they're absolute legends. And of course, talking of legends, Guns, subscribe, at Northside. And Northside's chilling at the moment. He's on holiday, loving and living life. That's how it's done, brother. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's putting in the work as well. And Guns, you know what it is, innit? He's always putting in the graft, mate. So yeah, big up AFC for the sub. Much appreciated as always. Yeah, biggest game of the season. Just get the job done, mate. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, this manager really has to start earning his £15 million a year. Like this is what it is, guys. This is exactly what it is. And yeah, Newcastle bullied Liverpool like they bullied us in it. Yeah, and you were at that game. Was it the first leg? If you don't mind talking about that for a little bit.
I sold it. I sold it. I had a run. I swerved it because I can't think why. And then I was absolutely livid with that after. As soon as that final whistle went, I sold the Aston Villa game, the Manchester United FA Cup game, and then there was another one, I think, and we didn't win a single one of them. So I managed to at least get a couple of quid back on what's been a very disappointing season. I think I've got at least a fraction of it back, man. I mean that was just terrible, wasn't it, Natster, bro?
Mate,
we had opportunities as well. Like, you know, did Martinelli, did he miss a chance or hit the post or something like that? I think he had a chance to score anyway, either in the first leg, you know, at 0-0. And then I think maybe Timber had a bit of a glaring chance. And since then, as soon as them chances got missed, it was just one-way traffic in that whole entire contest over both legs. I mean, it was just nowhere near good enough. Like poor on multiple levels. A bottle job of epic proportions. Do you know what I mean? It's a frustrating one, really, because, you know, I think we've all said it on stream and people in the chat will know as well. It's such a fantastic chance for us to get to Wembley. Really good chance, but the best team, not only did they win over that two-legged semi-final, the best team won the competition. You don't always say that, but definitely. And yeah, look at going back to what you were saying about Eddie Howe as well, bro. You look at the team he's assembled, you know, because people always say, oh yeah, you know, but they're state-owned, this or that, rah. They haven't spent a lot of money, you know, especially over the last season or so. Look at their midfield, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes. Look at their attack. Anthony Gordon's absolutely balling now. I wasn't ever 100% sure if that would work out. I mean, I knew he was a good player, but I tell you what, it worked out, innit, mate? You got Anthony Gordon, Isak up top. Do you know what I mean? They have got a proper squad that they're assembling. You know, they ain't got mugs in defence either. You know, I know, you know, Trippier's getting on a little bit, but, you know, was it Stoutman or whatever his name? I can't think what it is. You know, Botman, sorry. Botman.
Botman. Yeah.
Yeah, Botman. Yeah, I'm thinking of a bloody striker, like Kevin Shaw or whatever. I don't know where I went there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely in La La Land. Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Like, I just sort of thought to myself, like, how have they assembled this in such a short time? And they've won something tangible. They've got something to show for it. They've spent less money, less time, and look where we're going. Oh yeah, but do you know what it is? It's because his name's Eddie Howe. Like, not what you're saying, not Eduardo Howinho or something like that. Do you know what I mean? If it was a glamorous name, it's just his name's Eddie, isn't it? For crying out loud. That's all it is.
Yeah. Like, okay, so I'm going to add this other special guest. He is here. Big up, Shane Gooner. What are you saying, brother? Thanks for coming onto my stream, bruv. Pause. What's going on, brother?
What a background.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure. You came onto mine, I'll come onto yours. As you like to say, it's community settings, man. We all help each other out, you know. Aaron had me on first, and you know that's the way it goes. We all sort of help each other out. We were only talking about it last night. There's only a small band of us out there that are talking sense. You know what I mean? So we need to stick together, because if we start splintering, we're screwed. You know. So we need people to start talking sense, and then you see everybody's chat growing, and 99% agree with what we're saying. So it's the only way it grows. I saw someone in Aaron's comments last night saying, "Oh, it's down to the board. What difference do the fans make? Stop blaming the other fans." But if you flip the tables and it was 90% saying what we're saying, they'd get rid of Arteta quick smart. the armory starts to empty out and people aren't spending a lot of money there.
Yeah.
But that's
100%, mate. Like, I've been on the board's neck for years, right? And rightly so. And all of us here to a degree have, and with the ownership as well to a lesser degree. But this January, I rated this transfer window. I'll just go off topic ever so slightly. This January transfer window, I rated it a 10 out of 10. Why? Because the board finally woke up, along with Josh Kroenke, and realised that this manager ain't got a Scooby-Doo and it'll take us backwards if we stick to the process as they've been peddling out with this PR bollocks. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and obviously in turn, Berta coming in as well, and they delayed that as Arsenal do. I think they announced it. What was it? Because we're in April now, like mid-April. They announced that, a few weeks ago? So, yeah, they left it for a couple of months or so. And again, it's all done by design. It is what it is, people. And I'm so glad that they did that. And the fact that Josh came to the training ground and he basically blanked Arteta. You got Berta at the training ground. On the training ground, on the training pitch, right? Arms folded, just assessing. You know, he's been watching the games and he's not been impressed at all. At Brentford, I saw him with his, I believe, don't quote me on this, you know, but I believed it was his daughter, I think, and I'll leave it at that. But basically, she weren't really that interested. I don't blame her, but neither was Bert. Well, Bert was seething, bruv. You can see it, bruv. Yeah. This guy don't hide his emotions. That's why I love this guy, period, because he's basically like me in the sense of, obviously, you know, more qualified and all of that shit, but it's just like, this guy takes no shit. So when I was on Northside stream, and there was a few other, there was a Yasser, big up Yasser, another one, like, subscribe, he's a Chelsea fan. Had a little conversation, a little back and forth, nothing personal, but he was like, well, we don't know if Berta's going to do the business and all of that for sure. Okay, I hear it, but from what I'm seeing, I notice patterns. And I'm not a body language expert, but from what I see, it's great signs, isn't it? And the way he's been moving at the moment, the way even Josh has been moving, and the board, mainly Tim Lewis, the fact that Vinay has gone down the fucking lane, which is where most of you tippity-top gooners should be, because you have no fucking standards. You don't want to win trophies, you fucking cunts. But anyway, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But this guy means business. That's the point I'm making. This guy means fucking business. And if he means business, it's only going to be great for us. Even if we don't win the Champions League this season, which is looking very unlikely, because obviously you got Villa PSG tonight. I think PSG will see it over the line. Was it Bayern Inter? I think Inter will get through. They're playing at home as well. That defense is mean, bruv. That defense is no joke. Even with them scrubs up front. Marcus Thuram, bruv. His brother's better. He plays for Juve. I believe his name is Kefram. Same height, but Marcus is just a bit bigger. Basically, simple way of explaining this is this. Marcus is the better athlete. Kefram's the better baller. It is what it is. It's the same as Simeone's son. Simeone's son at Atletico is a baller. But I think he's got another son. I can't think of his name. I'm not too sure, to be honest, at all. But I think he plays in Serie A. It might be Udinese or one of the other clubs, yeah. And he's a bit of a scrub from what I hear as well. So, you know, it is what it is. From the talent gene pool in the family, you can't have it all. I mean, to be fair, like the one that's kind of winning when it comes to father son and all of that is fucking Peter Schmeichel, because Kasper's had a good career when no one thought he would. You know what I'm saying? Won the league, won the FA Cup.
I know, yeah.
And what is it? Has he won a Scottish title yet? Like my man Kieran Tierney.
It's guaranteed, really.
Guaranteed. Yeah. Are they still in the cup as well? The Scottish Cups. They could technically win the double.
They usually are. I don't follow Scottish football anymore. I used to like it when the Canio and Van Hooydonk and all were at Celtic. It was a fucking top league. Gaza was at Rangers.
When Gaza was
man.
Is that Pierre Van Hooydonk then, did you? Wow, man.
Pierre Van Hooydonk and they had Van Hooydonk and the Canio up front, and George Cadetti as well, who was an absolute baller. And then Rangers had De Boer. They had De Boer out the wing. Laudrup out the other wing. Gaza in midfield. Addy McCoist up front. Like they used to meet English teams and win more as much as they lost. You know what I mean? It was the two of them were top teams. But I don't watch it anymore. It's gone to the dogs. Scottish football really. It's just the last team apart from Celtic to win it were fucking Alex Ferguson's Aberdeen. You know what I mean? How long ago it was.
Wow.
So it's that sort of thing of they're too powerful, and now even though they're the two best teams, they're still a load of scrubs. It's just the rest of the teams are just so bad. You know what I mean? Same as the Irish League. The Irish League is a waste of time.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, go on.
I'll just ask you boys something. You know, we're mentioning Kasper Schmeichel. When did he go to Celtic? Because I'll tell you what, for a team that needs a backup goalkeeper next season, I'd say signing him up for a year probably wouldn't be the worst thing that we
I don't understand why we're not looking at someone like that. I really don't. Chelsea often do that. Chelsea often just get some old lad and they go, right, he probably won't play. And if he does, fair enough. You know what I mean? And I don't know why we have to get. Did he not learn from the Ramsdale Raya thing when the two of them were under so much pressure every time they played? Like Raya was just making mistakes all over the place. Against Luton, he was an absolute shambles because his nerves were shot. Because every single game, the media was just about two number one keepers. Arteta comes out with these things and just piles the pressure on the team. It was such a pointless thing to say. Like, he should have just said, "I haven't made my mind up yet. Who's number one?" That's all he had to say. Not, we have two number ones. We're going to rotate them. With no intention of ever rotating them.
That's the thing. Arteta speaks like very eloquently, but he can't read the room because just because his English is top, and it is top, and the way he speaks, that's why a lot of these fucking top winners love him.
I hear since Rangers in Britain, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then Everton after that, you know, like to be honest, that's probably Wenger's worst thing he's ever done. Like Wenger's made a lot of shit decisions, right? You know, poor player choice and all of that. Funny, I mean, Jesus Christ! Like, there's so many. Like, and you know, Manuel Almunia is probably right up there. It's top 3 for me. But the number one is Arteta. Panic buy for what we've had to go through for the last 5 years. Because as a player, he was like, nah, you know, bang average and all that. But you know, not the worst thing in the world because in the end, we won 2 cups in it, despite of him. Not in spite of him.
Yeah. It was in spite of him.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? But then he came on to be a manager, done his fucking coaching badges at City, you know, under Pep, the genius, the emperor, you know, and then he became Lord and Saviour of Arsenal Football Club. And now Josh is like, nah, mate, it is done. So now his ass, is on the line here. And this leads me perfectly onto this. Big up AFC, always is everywhere. Back once again for the Renegade Master. Best believe that. Top Gooners have already started saying Saka repeating TT's performance at the Bernabeu. I mean, in the immortal words of Roy Keane, do me a favour. Do me a favour. Come on. I know it's not the best Irish accent, but you know what I'm getting. You know what I'm getting.
If I closed my eyes, I thought it'd be Shane talking. Then it was actually
it's like that's
not as good as my Cockney accent, though.
Yeah. Listen. These guys, like, you know, guys you go to war with. You know, Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, David Beckham.
Back into someone.
Yeah. Gary Pallister. Oh, that was brilliant. But yeah, like big up. I'm gonna go through the other comments as well. Moving a little bit like a fucking Arsenal at the moment with my fucking hardware with my Mac, but we'll get through it. Big up Rashid. If you want to jump on the stream, because I'll be going for another half an hour or so, you're more than welcome in it. Or I'll just put the link in the chat. Fuck it. I'll do that at some point. Big up. And all of that. Been waiting. Yes, we've all been waiting, Rashid, my friend. We have all been waiting, my friend. We have all been waiting.
And here's one for you, mate.
Exactly. Here's one for you, Shane. AFC always, like, real one, bro. Real one, as always. And of course, Rashid, ultimate real one as well. Like, you know, I've been on this stream multiple times. Obviously, we all have now as well. So, you know, this community, like, it is going places. You know, it might not seem much now. We've got 6 people watching at the moment. Big up to every single damn one of you.
Brilliant, mate.
Because I did not expect this at all. Man. Whether it was, these brilliant fucking guests or just me on my own. Either way, like, it's you know, very humble. Believe it or not. You know, despite what I say, how I act and all of that shit, very humble. Don't take this shit for granted, because you never know. Like, a lot of people, you know, obviously you got the AFTV lot, rather. Get your super chats in, guys. Get your super chats in. I mean, I'm nowhere near that point yet, but you know, if I start saying that shit, you know it's toast, bro. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's fucking toast. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, is it an underbelly color thing? Man
It's
said
all Campbell's
Eddie
fault.
Howinho. Yeah.
Oh,
I need to get that.
his
I need to get that
wordplay,
clip
man.
as well. Yeah, I need to get that clip
Yeah.
as well. I definitely need to get that clip as well, brother. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, best believe that. Sorry about that. Who else? Per Hansen. I think I've seen you in either Aaron's chat, a few other people's chats as well. Big up your damn self for a few minutes. Looks like a promising channel. Yeah. It's been a minute, but slowly but surely we're going to get there, boys. You know, by hook or by crook, a bit like Lego Head, we will find a way. But the difference is we will find a way to win because we have the mindset. And as long as you have the mindset, you can get to wherever you want to get to in life. And that's the basic message of this channel, period, whether it's Arsenal-related shit or not. One thing I'll always say, put in enough work, try and be consistent, although it's definitely not my forte. As you guys know, 100%. I am on mad Jamaican time here. Best believe that. Norms knows all about that shit. But just keep going, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever's going on in your life, just keep plugging away. Keep putting out the content, you know, and you guys keep showing up. We'll do the best we can here. We'll do the best we can, innit? And we'll always speak the truth, always say it how it is. Do you know what I'm saying? And again, just big up your damn self, Per. And AFC always is everywhere. Best community on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, it will get there. It will fucking get there. And trust me, mafioso bad boy Andrea Berta, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Trust me. He will bring the vibes and the success. See, my thing is, with a lot of things, and I see life like this, you always got to pick one over the other. You know, I'll give you a case in point. As a player, Ronaldinho, one of my favourite players to ever watch, and Zizou. Perfect kind of comparison to a degree in terms of like similar positions, although Zidane was a bit more central, but he could drift on the right, on the left, and all of that. I prefer Zizou, but I understand why people, like, for example, like Northside, that's his goat, and that's fair enough. That Joker Benito, I love that shit. But my thing is, why, you know, take that away just for success, or you have that Joker Benito, but you don't win nothing? Do you know what I'm saying? Why have one or the other? Why not have both? Because they both had immense technical attributes and qualities. You know, I'm more of a purist in terms of like the Zizous, the Dennis Bergkamps, you know, the Rui Costas, the Kaka. I love an old school number 10, even though I'm a 4-4-2. I was going to say fish and chips, but I'd say more like chicken and chips, no. Do you know what I'm saying? Got to add a little bit of space. Do you know what I'm saying? Like one of them ones, in it, you know, dropping the senior vibes in this bitch. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's got to be done, innit? It's got to be done. But we'll quickly move on to what's really going on, people, and that is the game tomorrow. Because I said I'd bring it up. So Shane, because I've asked Aaron, but or kind of in a way, but like I'll ask you, Shane. What do you think of the game coming up tomorrow night, and what are your thoughts on feelings and on everything that's transpired over this like past weekend? You know, the Brentford fallout, basically, and all of that, the availability or lack of availability with the players that we got, and how this manager's moving, bruv. Take it away.
Yeah, listen, I think the fact that I'm not completely confident about going through with a 3-0 lead shows exactly where this club is for me. That I am not completely confident. In fact, I'm not that confident, as in I think we will get through, but I was saying it on Aaron's last night that, you know, when I saw Gelly at left back against Madrid, I thought, oh no, you know, he's going to be one of our best players. He's an absolutely fantastic player. But he's not a left back, and he's 18, and it's Real Madrid. I thought he can give away a penalty, he can get sent off, he can make a mistake. When I saw Kivior centre back, I thought, oh no, you know, the odds of this guy having a good game are bad. And when I saw Marino up front, I said, oh no. Right, the three of them were gambles that all paid off. And I'm not a big gambler, but I have a couple of mates that lost houses and stuff through it. Right, it rarely pays off, man, and especially 3 fucking gambles in a row. And now we have to do 3 gambles 4 times, because we have to gamble those 3 again in the away leg. We have to gamble those 3 in both legs against whoever we get in the semis and in the final. And trust me, that cannot pay off. It will run out at some stage. Luck always runs out. And even if we get through, you see, the thing is, everyone's saying, oh, Madrid scored in the first half, and I'm saying that things will change. But the first leg was 0-0 at halftime, and we scored 3. And like Madrid can do it then. I think if Madrid score with anything over, say, 15 minutes left, we could be in trouble because they can just rattle off 3. Against City, Rodrigo scored 2 in injury time to knock them out. So yeah, like Aaron did a poll last night, and 50% weren't convinced we'd go through. I mean, that's terrifying to me. And that's
60 people.
I voted. Yep.
There you go.
So,
It's a whole season thing. It's this sort of, people were saying we're negative, and I was saying, no, when you keep getting burnt all the time, of course they're going to end up being a bit more pessimistic and a bit more, I call it cautious, right, and a realist. But I was talking last night about that Brentford game. I mean, when the team came out, they put it like so, and I always just look at the attack and scan down. And when I went straight down to the defensive midfield, I went, oh, thank God he'd rest the party. I was afraid he wouldn't. And a split second later, I saw him at right back. I was like, not only are you not resting him, you're playing him out of position. And as I said last night, just play a kid at right back. Play anyone at right back. Play Sterling for 90 minutes. It would literally be the only use we'll get out of him this season is just letting someone else have a rest. You tell Royce, you tell Timber, and you tell Partey, don't even show up for the game. Stay at home, put your feet up. I'll fill the bench with kids. This league is gone. But he's caught in between now because Arteta doesn't want to finish third. He is dead set on not finishing third because then he can finish the season if we finish second and get into the semis and say, progress, guys. Last season we finished second and we got to the quarters. Now we finished second and we got to the semis. And all the top gooners are rotten hoping that happens because then they can say, this is progress. They don't pull the curtain up a little and go 12 draws, terrible performances, massive wage bill, losing loads of players on freeze. Aaron made this point, and I've been running with it since, that when Bertha was at that training session, he would have looked at those players, and the one he would have identified first as a Bertha player would have been Kieran Tierney. He would have said, that is my type of looking player, man. And then he would have gone, so he's going to start. What? Oh, so he's not starting. Oh, okay, was he injured? Oh, his contract's up. Well, you're not offering him one. What the fuck is wrong with you? And Partey would be his type. If he signed Partey for Atletico, he must be looking going, he's only 31, mate. He was the best player against Madrid. Rice got 2 free kicks, so he had to get man of the match. But Partey was the best player on the pitch. And he must look at this and go, what is going on here? I mean, what is going on here? And
it's an absolute shambles, man.
It's a shambles. And all the top gooners say, oh, it's because Tierney doesn't invert and that's the way he plays. And I always say, well, Ben White doesn't invert. And I said, what's the difference between the two of them? Oh, yeah, he signed Ben White, so he has to stick by him like he does with 29. He'll play him until the day he gets fired because it has to work out for him so he can go, you see, I'm a genius. That's why I have the background there with Arsene Wenger and Evan and Arteta in hell, because that's the way I feel at the moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But look, I think we will get through because we haven't let in 3 since Luton, but then I look at it and go, yeah, but we let in 3 against Luton. You know what I mean? So it's different. People are saying we haven't let in 3, for a year and a half or whatever, but this is a different kettle of fish, man. If you go 1-0 down to Madrid in the Bernabeu, it's not like going 1-0 down to Brighton or 1-0 down to West Ham or even 1-0 down to Liverpool. These teams can just, when the pressure starts getting to those players, and you look at, and Rice will probably feel like he's a father at the park with 10 kids, because they're all going to shrink. I can only see him and Saliba really standing up to it if it gets really out of control. And Partey if he plays. But I'll finish with this. I had to have the back and forth with some top gooners in a comment section today. And it was, I think it was a Haters TV or something. And they put up, Partey and White in training. And I just commented saying, that doesn't mean that they're fit. He'll make them train and play them if he can get away with it, even if they're 60% fit. And someone said, there's no way he'd do that. He's blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, he did it to Ben White. And I said about him playing him for the first 3 months. Radio silence after that, man. You know what I mean? Because
he needed surgery. He needed surgery.
And Arteta admitted that he needed surgery. And he played him for 3 months waiting for Timber to come back. Flogged him. And I can see Ben White now having a career, or at least several years now, where he's in and out with injuries. It's happened already. Came back out injured again. Like Wiltshire. Came back. You can't make an athlete whose legs are they're his bread and butter. He can't function without them. You can't make him play on an injury for 3 months and not expect long-term issues with it. You know, if you have back trouble and you keep working on a building site, you'll have back trouble until the day you die. You know what I mean? So you cannot flog a player like that on an injury and then be shocked when he keeps breaking down. But you listen, that's what we're dealing with. And I got sent a post today that had someone put up. I can't remember the name of them, but some social media Arsenal group, and it's like, oh, we used to fear going to Etihad and Anfield. Now Real Madrid fear us coming to the Bernabeu. Thanks for saving our lives, Mikel. You know what I mean? Thanks for saving our lives, Mikel.
Oh,
and it's like they don't watch football, man. So when you see my missus says
they watch the stats while the game is on in the background, didn't it? They're like bitches that are just on their phone, like on Insta, on Tinder, on Plenty of Fish, on Bumble, on Hinge, or whatever fucking other dating app, you know, trying to get their next man or whatever, while life is not even flashing before their eyes. It's just going fucking past them, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? This is what we're dealing with, lads. Like, this, you know, the thing that annoys me, what you said, Shane, and you're absolutely spot on, like, with the whole party in Tierney. Like, if Berta's really a bad man, he either tries to get Tierney back in January, just be like, okay, the pre-contract and all that's done. But if Tierney does that well, and even if he's kind of in and out maybe with injuries, you know, come back, you know, Arteta will probably be out the door by Christmas. I think so anyway. You guys know this anyway. But then, we'll save the number 3 shirt for you, mate, and then you be our captain, or at least one of our captains. Do you know what I'm saying?
It would be amazing if
Gabriel, if Gabriel was still there, or what's his face, or Declan Rice even as well. And then you got Thomas Partey, who came through Atletico Madrid's academy, right? While Berta was fucking there, mafioso bad boy Berta. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I'll just say this very quickly. I think, and I reckon, this game tomorrow night. Obviously, you know, you've got the Villa PSG into Bayern tonight. I'm definitely going to be watching, I'll probably watch the PSG one because that's in our sort of tree, whatever leg. Yeah, exactly. So I'll definitely be seeing what's going on with that. But when it comes to the game tomorrow, like, we have to score first. We have to score first. If Arteta does an absolute generational stinker and hook past the park the fucking bus, the Stoke-on-Trent bus, Paella Pulis at its finest, and all of that bullshit, and thinks he can get a 0-0 result, like 90 minutes, 45 minutes, I could understand it, innit? Frustrate them, whatever, because they need to go for it and all of that. You know, I saw highlights of the Real Madrid game against, I think it was Alaves. You know, the Premier Sports, you know, they have the highlights on YouTube as well and all that. And Mbappe's red card, that was a horrific challenge. But there were some people that were saying that, like he did that deliberately so that he could rest up for the Arsenal game. And to be honest, it kind of makes sense in a way. It kind of makes sense, innit? Play 20 minutes.
Maybe, And it seems out of the blue. It seems ridiculous. You know, but there's other ways to get sent off.
I mean, trying to end someone's career, bro. This ain't the 90s, bro. This ain't the 80s and 70s, bro. You can't get away with that shit no more, man. Come on.
Yeah, no, it was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous.
But yeah, Aaron, what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, do you know what? I think he's going to set up. Do you remember like how we did at the Etihad last season, 0-0?
That's what I think. When we went down to 10 men,
Yeah. That's
just belt it clear and lock up again.
Yep. That's how we'll do it. I'm not saying I totally agree with it, but that's probably what he's going to do. I sort of more think that, you know, if we are going to lock up and be a little bit defensive, then set up to go on the counter attack. That's what we have to do. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the way forward. Because, like you quite rightly said, they're going to come out the blocks. They're not going to want to mess around tomorrow night. Let's get that right. And, you know, they're going to be attacking from the get-go. If we can sort of beat their press or find ourselves in a position where we can sort of hit them on the counter, you know, with maybe a bit of a Martinelli and a Trossard, probably won't be even Nwaneri, but you get the point I'm trying to say. Saka, of course, you know, just getting them legs in there, you know, and like you said, if we can nick them on the counter and get a 1-0 lead, I mean, you don't ever want to say it's done and dusted, but I mean, you're starting to think about Paris then, aren't you? You know, I think that's fair to say. If you go 4-0 up in that second leg, you're sort of then starting to have a look. But, you know, that's obviously a lot easier said than done. yeah, I just think that's the way forward. But we have to keep it tight. Now, I said this a lot to Southern Goon, and me and Matty were talking. Big up, Matty. And
Big up, Matty, always.
yeah, I sort of said about the first leg, I was like, look, I think a lot of things have to go in our favour, and I was sort of right about both of them. It was a generalisation. There was no mystic Aaron about it. But I was like, look, if Mbappe goes through or someone like that, they've got to miss a howler. He did. I was like, maybe because I thought they was going to play a little bit bloody better than that. I was like, maybe they need to hit the bar or the post in one of the scenarios. Maybe they need to have a penalty claim that weren't given. And then, maybe we need to have a set piece or so, and score from that way or get a penalty ourselves. And a lot of that sort of did happen. And I think a lot of it's going to happen again, and I actually agree with a point that Shane's making because he made it very, very well. The luck won't carry on. I mean, long may it continue, but it won't. It will run out eventually. And like quite rightly what he said, if we're tomorrow night, there's still another 3 games after tomorrow. There's 4 games left. What's the likelihood of, being lucky in every single game? If we do get through, what's a lot, or just say tomorrow, what's the likelihood that Mbappe, Vinny, and co miss another sitter like that? What's the likelihood that they don't turn up again? And then when you say you do play PSG, what's the likelihood that Kvaratskhelia and co are going to have a crap game? And then if you get someone in the final like Barca, what's the likelihood that they're going to have? It's one of them sort of things where we're not sat here and thinking, yeah, but we're Arsenal. We haven't got that striker to go, yeah, I can see us scoring and beating Real Madrid. And then say you do play PSG and go, yeah, but, while they've got X, Y, Z, Kvaratskhelia, we've got so-and-so. I know we got Saka, but we're not playing anywhere near as good as PSG. We just ain't. And then in that final, and then, should you get there, Shane was right, mate. The luck won't carry on. And unfortunately, the quality isn't good enough to sustain it. I don't personally think. Or may it continue? You never know. Like, we will absolutely need Saliba to be able to be marshalling Kivior tomorrow. And we also need Kivior to not let the occasion. Let's get this right as well. Let's not get this twisted, sorry. Playing at the Emirates Stadium and going away at the Etihad for Miles Lewis-Skelly and Kivior is totally different to the Bernabeu. Totally different. Mm-hmm. They're going to get an atmosphere they've never seen before. Maybe Saliba sort of has, obviously, he's been in big occasions. But, you're going to have the likes of maybe a Nwaneri if he does sort of come on. That's never been there before. A Trossard, he's been on some stages. But the point I'm trying to make
Saka's never been there before, as far as I'm aware.
You see what I mean?
Euros for England here.
We're talking about players.
Okay, fair.
But we're talking,
I don't
could be overawed by the occasion, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. Because I'm not too sure if Saka's actually played in the Bernabeu, but obviously he's been.
No, not the Bernabeu. Sorry, the Euro final.
He's played in 2 Euro final. Yeah, I think with Saka.
Well, the thing is though, with England, like with Arsenal, it all rests on him. He's the big player. With England, he was a big player, but they had Harry Kane, and the pressure would have fallen on them more. Where Arteta nearly intentionally put the pressure on Saka, it seems to me, in press conference. But I did see a funny stat the other day that kind of surprised me, which was Kivior's last 19 starts, we haven't lost. I couldn't believe it when I saw that.
Yeah.
Well, I think about 10 of them were last January when we just went on a run and were smashing teams and he was playing left back. So I think the stat is kind of top goonerish, as in it's, it's sort of, you have to look at it. You have to dig into it a bit to actually see what it is. Who's this Anthony Spears lad, man?
Oh yeah, we'll get to him. Don't worry. Carry on finishing your point. Trust me, we'll get to him.
I was just saying that.
Don't worry. I didn't think any of them would be around so soon. But look, we're here for it.
Brother. They always call out from under a rock.
Yeah. But I agree with your point, Shane, fully. Like, with Saka, he's been stepping up for the longest, but even towards the end, he's faltered off. But my personal belief has always been like his legs have gone towards the end of the season. It's not that he didn't want to. It's not that even he doesn't have the mindset. Obviously, the first Euros, but then the second Euros came about. I don't even think he was in as great shape as he was in the first Euros. Do you know what I'm saying? And that was, 3 years apart? Usually it'd be 4. But like, you see Declan Rice stepping up with 2 bad boy free kicks and all of that. Like, it is what it is, mate. But he's one that's got to step up big time now, along with the Salibas. David Raya, don't get caught, because if he gets caught, wandering outside of his box and all that malarkey, he will get lobbed. Trust me. And do not be surprised if it's an Mbappe or a Vinicius that does it, or even a Jude Bellingham, because that will piss me off, because I don't rate them 3 fucking players, similar to Rance to a degree, but like, it's like they're mad overrated, bro. Mad overrated. And even Brazil don't rate Vinny like that. Too many people rate Bellingham. But for me, Bellingham's just a spicy Frank Lampard. Trust me, Bellingham is a spicy Frank Lampard. Everything that Frank Lampard does, Bellingham's trying to do, but he there's just a bit more flamboyancy to his game. But the fundamentals Frank Lampard just has or had either way. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like we need the Trossards to step up. We need the Martinelli. I think Martinelli will be not only his first time at the Bernabeu, but at that level. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's going to have to step up big time. And then you got fucking Odegaard. Gibraltar guard. He'll be close to Gibraltar Rock, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. His old stomping ground and all of that. And here's the thing, I've got to say this. If he doesn't turn up, bruv, I don't want to hear no Igal, no Christian, no whoever the fuck talk about he's world class, he's this, he's that, we need him, he's rightly our captain or whatever. No, I don't want to hear none of that bollocks. When was Patrick Vieira ever subbed off as a captain that much? When was Titi, when he was captain, subbed off that much? Tony Adams. I think Sol Campbell's been captain for us in some games. Do you know what I'm saying? I think. Colo Touré has. After Titi went and all of that, William Gallas, whatever you want to say.
I'll tell you how many times Tony Adams in 15 years of being a captain, and this isn't just his Arsenal career, 15 years of being a captain, because he was captain at like 20, 21. In 15 years, he was subbed off 14 times, right?
14 times in 15
14,
years.
Right? And now some of them were injury, and a lot of them were when he was like 36. You know what I mean? Odegaard, I think, is in the 50s now. He's been subbed off.
Yeah. 50s,
the 5-0. You know what I mean? And so that's the difference. And you know what? So a lot of those Odegaard substitutions over the last, say, 4 months, we haven't had anyone to replace him on the bench, and he's still hooked them because he's so bad.
Shane, 58 subs as a permanent player, 63 including his loan.
Yeah, and Tony Adams, 14 in 15 years as captain. And he played until he was 36, I think. 36, 37 even maybe. Right? So a lot of them were when his legs were completely gone or when he was injured. So I can't imagine there was even one where it was because he was having a bad game. I'd say, I don't know, but I'd imagine if you looked it up, there wasn't one time in Tony Adams' career where George Graham or Arsene Wenger or even Bruce Rioch went, I better get him out of here. He's not having a good game. Like there's no way, because it was Tony fucking Adams, man. So for us to be left with this absolute fraud, and like my missus, I always say that she's a top gooner, but she's starting to sway a bit away now, right? Probably from listening to me relentlessly going on, and when I'm not going on, I just have
you can't ignore it, mate. With all due respect, she can't ignore it. She can't deny. She can't deny that it was inevitable.
But that's the thing.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson?
And now, she loved Odegaard, but when he came on against Brentford, I saw her go like that. And I said, I saw that. You're not happy he's coming on. And she, you caught me. You know what I mean? So that's the thing.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
Do
you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
Finally,
Miss Shane is turning. Miss Shane is turning.
I look, it is what it is. I don't know what your missus is saying, Aaron, but look, I'll leave that one alone. No problem. I'm not here to cause unnecessary drama. Fair enough, mate.
Yeah.
I thought as much, but that's
she's zoned completely out. Yeah. Like when I hear it, she just stares at me, and it's like, woo. I've
had my missus before the night before the Madrid game, and he always goes to sleep real early. Like your missus, 9:30, 10, gone. And it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I said to her, "Are you still up?" Yeah, I can't sleep. I'm sitting about the match tomorrow. So she's proper into it, like, you know what I mean. But I always call her a top gooner. She goes nuts when I call her a top gooner. Top gooner. I'm just loyal. I said, yeah, but there's blind loyalty and then there's loyalty. Top gooners are blindly loyal. That's what I said. Cult followers are blindly loyal.
Absolutely.
ISIS members are blindly loyal. The IRA were blindly loyal. That's completely different. Like.
Oh, yes, indeed. I'm going to go through the comments, lads. Big up Crazy Gamez.
Oh, here we go.
Big up, lads. Big up, lads. Yeah, yeah. We will get to that. Yeah, just while my thing fucking loads and shit. Okay, here. Where am I? Okay. Here we go. Anthony fucking Spears. Wow. Okay. I didn't think it would happen on my first stream. I thought it might take a few more streams, but here we go, lads. Here we fucking go. Okay, where do we start? Okay, so clearly you're a top gooner. Clearly, as Guns would say, you're born in deficit and all of that shit. Okay, it is what it is. You rate Arteta, fine. That's your opinion. No problem. Okay, right. Tell me, when was the last time we had this amount of injuries with this size squad over the last 20 to 25 years? So basically, we've only had 3 managers during that time. We've had Unai Emery for about a year or so, and then obviously we've had Arsene Wenger for the longest. When have then 2 managers basically have ever left this squad so short in terms of numbers? I'm not talking about quality, I'm talking about numbers. Because yes, we've had injuries under Arsene Wenger, Kieran Gibbs, Jack Wilshere obviously being notable. Obviously, Aaron Ramsey broke his leg a couple of times. Do you know what I'm saying? Walcott's been out here and there with injuries. See, I know my shit, and these guys definitely know their shit, and they've got their stats on ready. So, you know, like, you can call me sad all you want, mate. Like, we're here. We're chilling. I'm good, mate. So, okay, so what is it? 27? Yeah, 27, and it was actually 17.
17, he said it in the next
one. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Whoa. Hang on. We might have a generational stinker and hooked here, lads. Saka scored Real Madrid when he was 17.
Pre-season. I think it was the Emirates Cup, man.
Oh, Anthony.
God. Oh, you've had an absolute I was
waiting for that one because I read it. I was like, oh, dear God.
Not even a gal was this shameless. And he is the shameless king right now.
Yeah. Gal will probably take that point now with you.
Well,
there probably is a gal with a fake account.
I'm not too sure because here's the thing, like, you know, he's been doing the emergency streams with Guns and all of that. Aaron, you've been on streams with a gal. Do you know what I'm saying? I haven't. You know, and probably for his sake, it's probably a good thing too. Do you know what I'm saying?
I had 10 minutes with him, but I didn't.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Low block.
Yeah, if I got a low block there, they will.
See, you're hoping for a 0-0 after 90 minutes. That's what you're hoping. That's basically what you're saying, right? Okay, fair enough. Okay, what if it's 1-0 to Madrid, or even let's just say, for argument's sake, 2-0 to Madrid by half time, innit? What do you say about that, Anthony? What do you say about that, Mr. Spears?
I want to ask.
You think Legohead's going to low block?
Yeah. I want to ask just a quick question. Yeah, why do you in particularly, but also all your mutant-esque sort of similar
minions
that are called top gooners? Why do you still brag about something we won 5.5 years ago? Like 5 years? I don't understand it. Honestly, I don't get it. Like. Why is that a brag? That was like 5 years ago. You're like, yeah, but he writes in a minute. It's like, yeah, but we won something in his first 6 months. That was 5 years ago, bro.
Mate.
It wasn't even his team. Aaron, you're spot on, mate. It's not even his team.
All the players that won it for him.
He only bought 2 players, and one of them was a loan. Wasn't it Cedric Suarez on loan before we bought him later on? And then it was Pablo Mari. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It was Pablo Mari and Cedric Suarez. And then he put Cedric Suarez on 70k a week. Fucking masterstroke from your Lord and Saviour. How's that, you cunt? Anyway, moving on, lads. To something a little bit more positive.
Big up AFC.
Yeah, big up AFC. Always is everywhere. Play everyone behind the ball, but hit them on the counter. See, this is what I'm fucking talking about. And with a 4-4-2. Chicken and Chips Merchant FC. That's how we're rolling. That's how I'm definitely rolling. You can absolutely do that. What is it? Diogo Simeone still uses 4-4-2. Inzaghi has 2 up front. Granted, it's 3 or 5 at the back, whichever way you want to go, bruv. You know, it's 2025. It is what it is. But at least he plays 2 strikers up front. Do you know what I'm saying? Ancelotti will still play 2 strikers up front. Although this season, it looks like he's had enough, bruv. You know, I'm not even going to say so much that he's washed. And you know me, guys. I love Ancelotti. He's a legend. For me, he's the greatest manager ever, period. You know, you can say Fergie. I wouldn't put Pep in that conversation. You know, Pep's done great things, don't get me wrong. But Leo Messi, bruv. I mean, you're talking about a GOAT here. You know, my GOAT as well in particular. But, like, look, it is what it is. And you're spot on, AFC. You are spot on. And again, like we've been saying, it's not Arteta's team. And he won the FA Cup. Obviously, you can't. Anyway, what is it? 35 mil is a bargain of a player. You're a disgrace of fans. Don't you mean you're a disgrace to the fans? Like, my English ain't perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But come on, mate. If you're going to cuss me, do it proper, innit? Or you're going to cuss any of the guys out here. Obviously, don't take it too far. Don't do the personal thing. But, like, at the end of the day, come on, man. Come on. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. Do you know what I'm saying?
The injury one's coming up, guys. The injury.
We will get there. We will get there. Best believe that. We will get there. Emery could win anything with that team, but Arteta with his first ever manager job, 6 months, boom. There is no boom, no Shaka boom, no nuclear boom, no fucking boom, cunt. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. Europa League final. I watched that. You guys watched it, I'm sure, as well. I don't know if any of you guys were at Baku in it, but I watched that live in a pub full of Chelsea fans, mate. Do you know what happened to me at full time was even worse than them pointing and laughing in my face? They felt sorry for me, bruv. I had my Arsenal top and everything. They were consoling me at full time, bruv, because they knew that these players, we had Xhaka at the time, Ozil at the time, was it? No, Sanchez had already left, but Giroud was there. No, Giroud was at Chelsea, my bad. But, you know, we had Ozil, we had Xhaka, Iwobi was there, who got our only goal and all that. Laka was there, Aubameyang, all of that shit, yeah? Socrates, Kostafi. Remember that one, guys? Kos fucking Staffy. They all threw Emre under the bus, because if we'd have won that Europa League, right, Arteta would never have got the job. Because even if Unai Emery got sacked a year or so later, because the fans clearly didn't want him, they wanted him out anyway, they would have given it to another manager. And even if they did somehow give it to Arteta, Arteta wouldn't have been able to do what he did. Unai Emery set up the foundations, along with Wenger prior, even though Wenger was obviously coming towards the end, he'd fell off, you know, he was washed for ages. I hear that, yeah? I hear that. But really and truly, Unai Emery set the foundation. So all of this Unai Emery left us in a mess is absolute fucking bullshit. But you're plugged in to the Arteta fucking matrix because you believe in everything that Super Duper Mix says and does. And this is all of you guys' fucking problems. It's where it starts and it's definitely where it ends, bruv. Because trust me, Igal thinks Berta's not being brought in to sack this manager. Trust me. He will sack this manager. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow, next month, next 6 months, next year. But he will be out the fucking door and I will be celebrating. I will be celebrating.
Me and all.
Either
the
way.
thing is that your man points out here like that Emery couldn't win anything and then Arteta won something in 6 months. But he forgets about the next 5 years when Arteta had his own team. In that 5 years, Emery won Europa League with fucking Villarreal, man. You know what I mean?
First ever trophy.
Yeah, first ever trophy.
Like
population of less than League Gunners subs, bro.
He won something in 6 months. What about the last 5 years, man? You know what I mean?
Oh, but what did he do at PSG? He won the league, and Pochettino couldn't do that with fucking Mbappe, Leo Messi, and Neymar.
Yeah.
At least one of the seasons, anyway. I think he did it in the end. Do you know what I'm saying? But he didn't do it the first season. Correct me if I'm wrong. He didn't do it in the first season, and then he went to Chelsea. Yeah.
Exactly. Fucking Longs or fucking whoever it was. Leo,
big up,
maybe.
What's his face? Big up, Dazza. Smoked you. Big up your damn self.
Season ticket next to me.
Yeah.
Is he season ticket?
Yeah, next to me.
Absolute legend. Guys, you bring the best people. You're always going to have a few wrong-uns, but you always the best people in this community, in this chat, this world-class chat that Aaron always talks about. I'm starting to have it now. And what is it? 6 live viewers. I think 8 was the highest, I believe, at one point, isn't it? Big up every single one of you. Apart from Anthony Spears, you cunt. Go fuck yourself. But anyway. If you dish it out, you got to take it. This is how I'm rolling, bro. This is how I'm rolling. I'm not on 1K subs yet. I can say pretty much whatever the fuck I want, and I will, bruv, without getting my channel closed down. But I know
enjoy this moment. Don't
worry.
Enjoy this moment.
Yeah, I will enjoy it. I will enjoy it. Trust me, and I'm making full use of that. Best believe that. But yeah, big up your damn self, and thanks for pointing that out as well, Aaron. Season ticket holder as well, right? So he knows, bruv. He knows. So I'm sure you've had these conversations in it about where we're heading, you know, what the team's looking like, you know, what is this manager doing, where this club is going, you know, thoughts on Berta as well. Like it's we're doing it, lads. We're doing it. And talking of which, Aaron, obviously big up your damn self every single time. 38 subs. I haven't checked.
I did.
50. Road to 50 subs. And we will get there. We will be there because I will be doing more live streams, probably from here on out. This live stream's been lit. I've been going over longer than I even intended. Aaron's probably stayed a little bit longer than he intended. But do you know what? We're here for it, lads. We're here for it. I'll just get through these and then we can wrap up shortly. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. Here we go. He's back once again, but you ain't no renegade master, are you? You're a fucking absolute flop, generational stinker and hooked. You cunt. Anyway,
Grammar is, I know.
Emery is a prim manager. There we go, lads. He's a prim
I think
manager.
Prime.
I know. Like, I've just got to rub salt in the wounds. You know, sometimes when people have to roast you, you just got to Because I used to be that guy where just got to sit there and take it. Pause. I'm not doing that. No chance, bruv. Like, especially at the point where I'm at now, because I don't have that many viewers compared to others, clearly, because I'm only just getting started, brother. And this is the thing, lads. This is the thing. I'm only getting started, and I'm being ruthless, unlike your fucking manager, bruv. He's trying to do this whole Napoleon complex thing. His time is done. I've been saying it. I've said it on your channel, Aaron. You know, I've said it on Cole Street. I've said it on Guns Street, Northside. His time is done because he never refuses to change. Never refuses to change. You know, you can say, oh, he won the FA Cup as a rookie manager. There were no fucking fans at the stadium for obvious reasons. And it wasn't his team. He bought 2 players. That's not his team, bro. That's not his team. So what are you talking about? You're a fucking dickhead, bro. You're a certified fucking dickhead. Absolute wet wipe. Stinker and hooked. Stinker and fucking hooked. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. AFC as always. Much love. Top Gooners need an exorcism. No, I'll tell you what, mate. It's going to take a lot more than that for them to realise the undeniable truth here, lads. Do you know what I'm saying? And again, your season ticket holder, buddy. Oh, season ticket friends. No, I'm only messing around. You know I love him, mate. But like, yeah, he won the FA Cup. That's directed at Mr. Spears, aka Cunt, with Emery's team, and then got rid of them. He's 5 years in charge, and we've been knocked out in the 5th and 6th rounds. Yeah. When was the last time we got past the 4th round of the FA Cup, guys, since we won the FA Cup? With your Lord and Saviour, Anthony. And who are the teams have we beaten? Oxford United, and what was the other one? What was the other team that we beat?
Bolton.
No. In the FA Cup, not the League Cup. I'm talking the FA Cup because one of them was Oxford United. Was it Palace?
I think. Yeah, it was Palace, yeah.
Palace in the 3rd round one of the years. Yeah. Probably.
I'm not sure. No, I think it was.
Okay, another one. Well, it's great for the engagement, lads. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't complain, innit? I'm not complaining. I just have to cook these ones. I understand why Guns does what he does, bro. I understand it. You can leave. Oh, yeah, mate. Look, fair play, but that guy's a serial elite, bruv. Never mind the work rate and all that. How he deals with these fucking wet wipes. Yeah, it is what it is. Like, shitload of injuries. Oh, that's another excuse. So your manager's in the fucking mud. Back once again. Second, challenging. Again, with all of this second shit. If you finish second 3 times in a row, I don't care if we get further in the Champions League, if we got further in the FA Cup, which we didn't, the League Cup, which we didn't. Second is still second. You don't win shit for finishing second. Even in the Olympics, you get a medal. That is it. You could break a world record and finish second. I'll tell you this, right, just very quickly. In the World Championships in 2009, Berlin, 100 meters. Usain Bolt, you had Tyson Gay, American sprinter at the time. You had Safa Powell, I think, I'm not sure if Johan Blake was running at the time, but there was a few others in it. Very good, top elite level athletes, right? Usain Bolt won the race, of course, broke the world record 9.58. Still stands to this day, by the way. Tyson Gay finished 7th with a 9.71. That is a national record, NR as it's called, yeah? 9.71. And I'm not even sure that's been beaten. It might have been beaten now because you got this Anthony guy, whatever his name is. He's a wicked sprinter. But yeah, the point I'm making is he broke his national team, his country's record in a 100-meter sprint and still didn't win it. Still didn't win it. Because he got beaten by Usain Bolt. Why? Because he's a winner and he's a genetic freak. We get it. It is what it is. I know, obviously, we're not dealing with genetic freaks to a degree, but are you telling me that especially after beating Real Madrid, that if we had a competent manager, that we couldn't get a result against PSG as well as they're playing? You're telling me we couldn't get a result against Barcelona? We couldn't get a result against Inter, although Inter would be the harder game. Do you know what I'm saying? And the reason why, if we had a competent manager, like maybe Ancelotti, if he made the change, do you know what I'm saying? Like, hadn't stagnated or whatever's going on in his mind. I think it's more he's had enough of football, do you know what I'm saying? The way there is, and I don't blame him. But let's just say, for argument's sake, a Hansi Flick. Because other than Ancelotti, he was my second choice, innit? Hansi Flick, before he went to Barcelona, that's who I wanted. Another one we missed out on, right? Yeah, another one. Look at what he's doing with Barca. You can say he's got Lamine Yamal and he's a generational talent, 100%. But Rafinha weren't doing shit when he first got to Barca. Look at him now. Robert Lewandowski still doing it at 36. Pedri, one of the best midfielders, probably the best midfielder on the planet, bruv. On the planet. And they ain't really got much to shout about in defence or even in goal. You know, Chesley's there at the moment. That's our ex-goalkeeper, bruv. That is our ex.
Out of retirement and that.
Out of retirement as well. Like, think about it. Check the pre-season matches where Arsenal beat. Oh, do me a favour, mate. Jesus fucking Christ. Check your facts. Check what facts? Why are we going to check facts for Emirates Cup, you cunt? Like what are we doing here? Like, what pre-season? Who gives a fuck about pre-season? I bet you're one of those that counts the Community Shield as a trophy. I'll put my life on it. I'm that confident. I'll put my fucking life on it. Best believe I put my life on it.
You might be right.
You can't tell these bitches nothing, bro. Nothing. You know, Emre couldn't win anything. Yeah, you already
a rookie manager, right?
Yeah. You already said that shit, bro. You already said that shit. What are we doing here? Yeah. Big up Dazza, bro. Big up Dazza. Pre-season can tell the dominant sperm that best comment of the stream, 100%. All you guys' comments, including yours, Shane and Aaron, big up, of course, but this has got to be the best one in it. I mean, come on. This is what we're dealing with, lads. This is what we are dealing with. Live and direct and in full effect, baby. Yeah, apparently I don't see shit. Well, do you even watch the games? You're more concerned with what we do in pre-season. That tells me everything I need to know. Bush! What is it? Don't feel sorry for me. I don't even know why you bothered to type that out. To be honest with you, I really don't understand. I'm good, mate. That's all you need to know. I'm good. I always find a way. I'm chilling, mate. Believe it or not. Despite the cooking, whatever, I'm chilling, mate. I'm chilling. Yeah, you're basically just saying the same shit. You're waffling. Yeah, Rashid, again, he knows because of his Algerian heritage. How many ballers do you have, bro? Even the ones that ended up playing for France, in it, Zizou, Benzema. Obviously, you got like what's his face? Riyad Mahrez, bro. Hatem Ben Arfa was Moroccan, I believe. Yeah, Rashid told me. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You've had ballers, bro. Proper ballers. Big up Rashid every goddamn time.
Legend.
Every goddamn time. Look, I'll tell you what. This guy, this guy's persistent. I'll give him that. But you don't get brownie points for persistence. Not on this channel, mate. And not in life. Not in life, mate. No chance, mate. No chance. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, people. We are gonna wrap it up. And before we go, I'll go with I'll start with you, Aaron. What do you think the score's gonna be? And also at the same time, roughly what team is he gonna put out?
I reckon we'll lose 2-1, which I'll be fine with, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Take that right now.
Right now, 100%.
Yep.
I reckon he will play. He will play Thomas Partey. He probably isn't 100% fit, but we've seen he don't really care about that. He just doesn't. I reckon we'll probably see this exactly the same team that we played at on Tuesday night. I think I can't see who would really sort of come in. What I do think he will do though is which is why he got like minutes in Ben White's legs, etc., etc. And I know he took Tierney off. I wouldn't have done that, against Brentford or whatever. But I reckon once he starts getting to later in the game, if we're still in it or not losing by a big amount or whatever, I reckon that's when we'll sort of see maybe 60, 70 minutes, depending on how the game's going, of course. That's when we'll see the Tierneys come in. That's when we'll see the Ben White come in, and we'll start seeing, really sort of shoring things up in there. You can sort of see maybe a Trossard going off because, after about 60 or so minutes, his legs sort of start to like tire. And I could see maybe Tierney coming off for him to just get one more sort of defensive body in there. Maybe he'll constantly keep bringing sort of Marino back from that striker role as well. And probably wouldn't maybe surprised to sort of see maybe even another forward go. Depending on how the game's gone, it wouldn't surprise me if we ended up with about 5, 6 at the back, really, to be fair. And if it gets us to win, it gets us to win. But I wouldn't expect anything magical other than a full-time, us getting through it full-time. But by magical, I mean, we're not going to go and play them off the park. I think we've done that once. I'd be expecting a totally different game, a real different game, back to the wall job. I don't reckon Arteta will have the bottle to go out there and try and sort of go back there again and stick it on him. I reckon he's going to completely shut shop up. And look, if it works, it works. That's fine, But yeah, I will be watching it with real caution. And like one of you boys said, I can't remember who, if we go down early, 1-0 down early, and God forbid it's 2-0 at half time. If it's 2-0 at half time, I will be. Real Madrid become instantaneous favourites, by the way. If it's 2-0, if we're 2-0 down at half time.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I was saying that, but I think Shane kind of insinuated that point as well, mentioned something of that as well. We're all saying the same thing, basically. Like, we know what the score is. Like, we got to score that first goal, and not even worst case scenario, but let's just say they score even in the first 5-10 minutes. Get that goal back as soon as possible, even if it's towards the end of half time, and then just nullify them. Just like kill that momentum. That's all we need to do. Kill that momentum. So yeah, Shane, what do you reckon the score's going to be, and roughly what Arteta's going to do, or what the lineup's going to be, even in your eyes? Period.
Yeah, for me, it depends on if Thomas Partey plays. If he's out, we're in big trouble, because maybe with Jorginho then being out as well, it might, if the two of them are out, it might save us that he'll have to play Rice in a 6. But if Partey's out, I think we're in trouble. The only thing that's worse than Partey being out is Partey being 50-60% fit and Arteta putting him in anyway. Which, if he is 50 or 60% fit, Arteta will put him in. I think he'll play Marino obviously up front, but it'll just be a smoke screen to play 4-6-0. Marino won't stay anywhere near their box. He's just going to drop into midfield. I think, like Aaron said, he'll play if the same team is fit that played the first leg, he'll play them again. And I do fear if he locks up from the start. I think, like Aaron said, if they go 2-0 up at any stage, even with 10 minutes left, they're the favourites for me. Yeah. Because they will get they'll get the third, right? So when you put it that way, it doesn't seem as such a comfortable lead as it looks on paper, because Madrid going 2-0 up isn't a shock. I'd love it to just come out of the block for the first 15 minutes and try and get at them, and if it doesn't work, then start to slowly pull back and start to slowly lock up, because I think if we got at them from the start, there's a chance we could score. There's a flip side to their crowd being nuts and intimidating, but they can also flip on their team instantly. If we went and scored, their white hankies will be out. They'd be whistling every Madrid touch, and then their players, the pressure goes on to them. So if he has any sense, he'll try and score. But if Madrid if we go with a stinky low block from the start and Madrid score after 20 minutes, what do you do then? Do you stick with it and go, oh God, we'll try and hold it out, or do you try and hit them? And we know what we do because we know football, but for some reason, it's like Arteta played football his whole career, but he never watched the game. You know what I mean? So his tactics are up his arse. So I don't know. I don't want to be negative, and I think I'd love us to get through. But then, like I said, there's this 2-leg semi and there's a final to come as well, and this same team and manager are there. So, if we were to go out, I'd rather go out tomorrow night than lose the final. You know what I mean? I'd rather just get it done with, like pull the fucking band-aid off for two reasons. Two, just to get the pain out of the way. You know what I mean? Because losing the final hurts, man. I still get a twisted stomach when I think of 2006.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can remember every detail of that game.
Oh.
And secondly, if we get past the quarterfinals, the Arteta sexuals have their fucking ammo lined up for progress nonsense. So I'm already getting those pre-match nerves, as you do, and see, all flipped. Then if we go 1-0 down, my head will instantly go, "We're going out." You know what I mean? Because I just you can see it coming, and you're an Arsenal fan, and we've been there, and like Villa pulled 2 back against us with 15 minutes left or whatever at the Emirates. You know what I mean? So look, I think it will be. I think 2-0 to Madrid. I think 2-0. I think they might get one just after half time, then one with about 10 minutes left, and then we will just have. I'm going to move the couch out a bit so I can fucking hide behind it then for the last 10 minutes because it's going to be absolutely painful. But yeah, I pray we get through. But yeah, I think 2-0 to Madrid. It depends on when they get the second for me. If there's long enough left for them, we could be in real trouble. But hopefully, I don't care if we lose 2-0. Like with the 2-1 loss, I take it now. I don't care what score we lose. I don't care if we lose 6-4 once we go through. That's all that matters.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'll just put my 2 cents in, or 2 pennies in, either way, because we're UK and Ireland. Well, to be fair, in Ireland it's cents. I know that, like, because you're still rocking the yeah. Either way, bro. But yeah, I reckon it will be 2-1. Like Rashid, again, like and subscribe to this fucking G, bro. Every fucking time. Much love, brother. Much love. But yeah, for me, I agree with you, Shane. If Partey ain't starting, even if he's not 100%, we're fucked. I would put Zinchenko in midfield if that's the case. I don't want Wodegaard, Gibraltar's guard, missing guard. I don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing here. I'm nicking a living guard. Do you know what I'm saying? Like all the guards, bruv. But we know what this manager's going to do. He's going to start. He's going to be captain. Declan Rice will be in there, which I'm glad, but he needs to step up again. Doing it once is great with 2 free kicks and he played brilliantly and it was his night. But this is the real test, bruv, and it's going to be difficult. Saka, as long as you don't do any tracking back, and when you get the ball, you try and make things happen like you did in the first leg, especially in the first half, then just do what you can, brother. Do what you can. We know this manager's running you into the ground. Just do. But I love Saka's mindset in it because remember, just very quickly, he told Rice to shoot, bruv. So his head's screwed on properly. I like that fucking dickhead in the chat. His head is screwed on. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it is what it is. And then, Marina up front, of course, well, because we ain't really got any other option. Martinelli on the left. Look, I would love Tierney to start left back, but it will be Lewis Skelly. But Lewis Skelly's been playing well. It is what it is. Kivior Saliba again. Raya will be in there, of course. And then hopefully Timber's all right for tomorrow night as well. So that's basically pretty much the team. And if it's not Partey, well, there's no Jorginho because obviously cracked rib or cracked ribs and all of that. I mean, not that he was going to do anything anyway, but, even put Lewis Skelly in midfield and where his actual position is, and then put Tierney at left back. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's no Calafiori. He wasn't at training. So, even though we got limited options, there's still better options that this manager can put in to start. And again, it's always his in-game management, his lineup that kills this manager, that is killing us, kills this team, and it will ruin his career. And I'll end on this. Sky Sports will be hiring in a couple of years and TalkSport. Best believe that. Watch this space. Watch this fucking space. Anyway, this has been an elite level stream, guys. Absolutely loved every single second of it. Aaron, what have you got coming up, brother? And shout out your team. Come on.
Man. Nah. I think you've done a great job, man. Do you know what I mean? It's been a long time coming, but no, it's glad to just add another one of them live channels to the pack now. Do you know what I mean? That we're growing. I'm buzzing to be a part of it. First guest and all of that. I'm very honoured, very grateful that you invited me in the first place. Do you know what I mean? You put time into my channel, and I want to try and do the same where I can. Today, today was supposed to be a little bit of a day off, and I've been on 2 streams, so naughty. but yeah, I can't help it. I was supposed to only stay on here for a half hour, and I've ended up doing an hour and a half. But never mind. You know what I mean? I've enjoyed it. That's why. Tomorrow I've got a busy one, man. I think me and Shane are doing something tomorrow at 12 o'clock. And then I've got Dulu Lagunas at 4 o'clock. Then the Arsenal match. Then Never a Foul at quarter to 11, and then I'm probably going to be on my Lee Gunner's emergency stream until God knows bloody when. So it's a packed one tomorrow. So I'm going to go and chill out, watch a bit of football tonight, and get an early night, because I don't think I'm going to be getting an early night tomorrow night. That's for sure, especially if we lose. But again, man, pleasure to be on screen with both of you. Everyone in the chat, world class as always. Shane, Geezer, Natstar, Geezer, big up, man.
Absolute pleasure. Never a chore, bruv. Never a chore. And it's a privilege and it's an honor as well to be here with you guys. You know, I don't say this shit and I don't take this shit lightly either way, bruv. Shane, what have you got coming up, brother? And shout out all your teams, man.
First of all, absolute honor to have been asked by you to come on, man. I genuinely mean that, an absolute honor. You came on mine first, and you know, and as Views always says, it's community settings, man. You know, you got to help each other out, because you know, we're all gentlemen at the end of the day, you know. And completely honored to come on. And I'm on Aaron in the morning, well, afternoon. We're just gonna discuss the pre-match, have a pre-match chat, and then Thursday morning is the second episode of my morning show where I just do it on my own. It's the Full Irish Breakfast. And then Friday, I'm doing the fourth episode of the series I've been doing, going through the decades to try and decide if football was better back in the day or if we're just nostalgic. And I'm covering the 80s, but I'm going to do it live for this one. It's only about 20 minutes, so you know, people come in and mention their favourite players from the 80s, or you know, of course, a lot of people won't have seen them, myself included. I was only a kid, but as I said last night on Aaron's stream, I could name off more facts about World Cups from the 50s up to the 90s than I could about the recent ones, because when I was young, I just devoured books on it and devoured VHS tapes, and it just sticks more. But so the 80s probably one of my favourite decades, so I'll enjoy doing that. I'll get a bit out of it, and then I think Friday night then I'll be on Aaron's call-in show at some stage, I'd imagine, and then Monday night on Aaron's again. And I'm looking to start a weekly 1 day a week show with Views, just the two of us. Still trying to come up with a concept and stuff like that, you know, obviously something to do with Ireland and England. I won't go near bombings or anything like that. But I think with some funny
Declan Irish podcast, isn't it?
yeah.
But
a lot of the pipeline. Got to go down and watch the match now with the missus, and kids are off school, so don't have to be getting up too early tomorrow. So all good. And again, absolute honor, and you killed it, mate. And again, top class chat. Have 6, 7, 8 in on your first one is absolutely amazing. There's people that don't get that after a couple of years. And the chat were apart from Britney Spears, they were good. But listen, he's speaking out his opinion.
Yeah, love that, brother. Love that. Yeah, like big up the fucking chat for the most part, of course. Big up Aaron, big up Shane. Make sure you like and subscribe. Aaron Talks Arsenal, Shane Gooner, and myself. Natstar Official, Instagram and YouTube. Simple enough. And 8 views for a first live stream. I'll tell you what, you hit the nail on the head, Shane. Like, there are some channels that don't get that with way more subs.
Yep.
And it just goes to show. And I'll end on this. Like, you can only go so far on your own. And that's probably been one of many other flaws of mine, other than obviously punctuality and all that kind of shit as well, is that you think you can do it on your own, and you want to do it on your own. You want to be the man or the woman. Well, obviously the man in this case, but like, you want to be that guy, do it yourself, stamp your authority, blah, 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 blah. But you need the people, man. Like, you need great people around your community. Family for me is a massive deal. Even if you don't see them every day, you'll speak to them here and there. That's life. It is what it is. I'm a very chill guy in it, but obviously on here, and especially when it comes to Arsenal and Lego Head, bruv, like, Mate, you know what I'm saying? Guns always says this shit, and people think he's chatting shit. I'll tell you personally, and the other guys will vouch for me as well, and they can speak for themselves on that as well. Like, it's not that, bruv. You know, like, Guns is a chill guy. He's a solid guy, bruv. Pause. Like, and Northside as well. Like, they both vouched for me, innit? You know, Guns gave me my debut. On debut. Do you know what I'm saying? Shrimps on the barbie and all of that kind. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're just chilling, loving life vibes, whatever's going on in our lives. This is how we do it. This is exactly how we do it. This is how it's going to be from now on. Because, yes, what I've got coming up, there will be a match reaction. But instead of pre-recording it, I will be doing a live stream, probably similar time, might be a little bit longer. So whether it's on my own or I'll get, whether it's Aaron, Shane, or any of the other guys, I'll look around, see who's available. Do you know what I'm saying? But if it's just me, so be it, innit? But at least I've got off the mark, innit? Got off the starting blocks, innit? But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, share if you want. You know, let me know what you think in the comments below. And yeah, Lego head out. Unless you win the Champions League, of course. And then everyone can go out. Apart from bad boy Mafioso Berta, mate. Best believe that. And we're out. Laters, people. Hang on.
And we're still alive.